Hey everyone, welcome to Collector Chatter. In today's episode, we're going to talk about Funko's lineup for New York Comic Con this year and some leak pops that'll be coming out soon.
Collecting is the way. Now let's chat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Collector Chatter. This is episode 142. I'm Migs here with Charlie. What's going on, Charlie? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. A rough weekend for my sports teams wearing my Jets hat here. Um, that's all
Very
I'm
rough.
thinking about. But I'm excited for this episode because New York Comic Con time, it's fastly approaching.
Yep.
And Funko dropped what they're gonna be selling there. So we're obviously gonna talk about it and give our thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to talk about this. We do this every year, especially with all the cons specifically. And, the last time we were on, we spoke about how, like, it wasn't out yet. We were waiting for it. And then, like, right away, of
Boom.
course, after we made our episode, we started getting some news on this. So, we want to talk about it. So we will run through the lineup for Funko, what we think about it. It's fairly small. And we'll kind of just go, pop by pop, etc., and other products that they have that they're selling, and we'll run through those. There's also a list that we'll probably go through afterwards of some like leak stuff that supposedly is going to be coming out, Funko Pop related, for like October. So it's pretty big. There's a lot of stuff on there. So we'll go through that. And then maybe if we have some time, we'll go into some Thrilljoy as well, because they also had a bunch of new release things that are out and on pre-order and stuff like that. So, but we'll start off with the New York Comic Con list. So, like I said, overall, pretty small. I'm not super impressed by it. I don't know if there's anything on here that I'm like, wow, this is amazing, but
Agreed.
we're going to run through it anyways. You can start us off because obviously, if you guys don't watch our shorts, you had a short that you put up in a reel about kind of talking about this product, but this one is actually something new.
Agreed. I think this is the most exciting thing on the list. We're getting a Funko Pop Mystery is what they're calling it, and it's celebrating the 15 years of Pop, and it's DC. Um, you know, it's funny you bring up that short. A few people have commented like, "Oh, they already did this before with the Huckleberry Hound." Like, I don't really consider what I don't think that's the same. It wasn't branded this way. It didn't come in a nice box. I feel like that was like a weird last minute decision, and where this is like a true new product and it's all different molds. So for the DC one, we're getting legitimately 6 different pops we can get with all different piece counts. The most common is being Batman. That's 2,000 pieces. Then we got Joker and Robin at 1,000 pieces. Superman at 500, Wonder Woman at 400, and then Flash being, the secret at 100 pieces. They're all metallic. They all have the original, obviously, look of the pops because that is what they're celebrating. I actually really like this drop. I hope this is a new line that they do. Will it just be... I don't feel like it'll just be at cons. I feel like they're probably ramping up to do something more like this. I think these are cool. Even if they're kind of reused molds, like, I'm going to try to get one of these, actually. I think this is like... This and one other thing is probably the only thing I'm going to try to go after. But I think this is cool. I think it's going to be fun. And I can see people at the con getting these and kind of doing a little bit what was going on last year with Thrilljoy. Like ripping them open in front of everyone to see what they're going to get.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so I have like 2 things about this. So one, obviously, this is kind of what we've been screaming for Funko to do. So we've been talking about the whole mystery aspect, mystery boxes, mystery bags, whatever, blind boxes and stuff. And other companies, obviously Pop Mart, Rocky Moto, Thrilljoy, they're doing that and they're doing it well. Funko hasn't really gotten into this game since the soda that we used to talk about.
Yeah.
And now this is like what they decided to come out with. I just kind of hate what they decided to do with it in the terms of like pairing it to the 15-year anniversary. We joke about this all the time. They're like, there's the 2-year anniversary, 3-year anniversary, then there's a 5, then there's a 10, there's 15. Like they just kind of overdo that. So it doesn't make it as special. but it doesn't mean that it's not a good idea of what they're doing. Like, they're obviously, it's a mystery. You can get one of these 6 characters, so it's like a pretty big mix, and it's cool that the piece counts are different for all of them. Some reason, like what they chose to be more rare than the others, is a little
Yeah,
bit off, a little
I
odd.
agree.
I understand how like Batman is 2,000 pieces, very common character. Maybe Batman and Superman could have been like up there, but I don't know. Wonder Woman being 400, that's kind of random. But either way, they're cool. I think they look good. I don't love them because obviously they are redone molds essentially. They are metallic, they have a stand, so they're a little different, but it does remind me of like when they did that anniversary set in the tin can
The tins.
things, whatever. The tin like boxes.
These are
And
leftovers from.
basically, because it's literally like the same. It's obviously there's like the OG, hence the whole like 15 years of pop. That was that 25 years of Funko or something?
It was
What
25 years of
right?
Funko. Yes.
Yeah. And they decided to do the pops from the beginning to whatever. But it's a bit odd. That's the only thing I gotta say. But I don't want to hate on it too much because this is what we've been asking for. So it's a good attempt, at least getting it in there. I agree. I don't think this is gonna be like I think they're actually gonna overdo this. I mean, honest,
Yep.
they're probably gonna continue to just drop a bunch of random stuff in this style. I guess we will see. If anybody knows any news or anything about that, let us know. But it's a cool attempt. There's some people that are loving it. Honestly, I think people are loving it a little. I don't know. It just seems a little like I don't know if it's genuine. Some of the people, but
Yeah.
it is what
I
it
do
is.
agree with you with that. Like, I liked. I mean, I know you're on the same page with me. Like the idea, the concept. Like we said, we've been asking for them to do this. Is this the best thing they could have done? Absolutely not. And I do agree with you with the whole anniversary thing. Like, I'm getting tired of it because you're right. Like, we already got the like Batman in that the 25th anniversary of Funko. Well, guess what? Pops weren't around then. I'm like, I wasn't even really
Mhm.
thinking about it that way. And now they're celebrating that this is the 15th anniversary of the Pop, but basically the same. Now I'm going to go down the negative rabbit hole
Yeah, they
because
just
you're right. Like, they shouldn't have done that. It should have just been, this is a Comic-Con where I feel like they're doing it is to show why they're like the old looking ones. But then these are basically the exact same thing as another one we'll talk about soon, the clamshells.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't think I like this as much as I did. You
No,
talked me out
I'll
of it.
tell you the mystery aspect. I think is the only thing that I understand is cool, and then I'm sure it'll still be cool to grab one, but their execution still is not where it needs to be. I don't know. But yeah, let us know if you guys are excited for that because obviously that's like the big one. That's a huge difference. It's not just a regular Funko Pop.
It's like the first
It's
thing they
what we've
launched
been
with.
screaming about. Like we got to do this. We got to have mystery stuff, whatever. So yeah, they were pretty excited when they announced that. I'm sure. But regardless, let us know what you guys think. The next one up is another DC. Speaking of and Batman, we're getting a Damian Wayne pop. Pretty cool looking one, and a Brainiac, which I don't know much about that character, but obviously like a villain character, but pretty cool. The Batman one, the mold is awesome. I do like the way, design and everything, the way it looks. The other character, I don't know much about it, but it seems like it's something that, obviously we don't have yet. So not terrible.
Yeah, I mean, so Brainiac is probably biggest Superman villain there is besides Lex Luthor. Um,
Oh, Superman. Okay. Yeah. I'm a big Superman guy.
it's
If you guys don't know,
yeah,
that's why.
it's a you know, this is definitely from a certain comic book run where this isn't his normal look at all. Um, I don't know. Like I go
Comparing
back
it
and
with
forth with
Damien too,
yeah,
that's a little random. So it must be a
it
very
doesn't make any
specific.
sense. Yeah, it's weird. Unless it's from a Batman run. Like once again, let us know in the comments if we're like I'm misspeaking on this, but I agree with you. It's weird that they paired them together in this, but maybe it's in a run where Damian Wayne is with Brainiac because there's another Superman pop that they are releasing at the con. Why wouldn't they put them on that picture? So yeah, let us
Yeah.
know. I mean, these are cool.
Could just also
Oh,
be randomly put together
yeah, totally.
the way they
I feel
announced
like
it.
this is going to be a theme of this a little bit, but when Comic-Con comes around, they really do try to, like, hit the comic fans. But I think in a weird way, like, Comic-Con is above that now. Not in a bad way. It's basically a pop culture festival. It's not just for comics. And I think they like someone actually joked. I don't know what a post it was, but they were like, "Oh, I love DC Con," and Funko actually responded back like, "We love it too."
I mean, there's a lot of DC in this.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it and
So like, yeah, I
realize.
mean, I'll go into the next one. Like, we're getting another Batman Beyond pop. Not that I this is just like one of those things where it's just like another mold. We have plenty of pops, Batman Beyond pops. Like, I don't know. I don't think this is special anymore. This is going down the rabbit hole we talk about all the time. Like, Funko just keeps remaking characters. Like, I remember when the first one came out from Batman Beyond, it was awesome. Then it's like, oh, make another one, and then they end up in Marshalls.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't sell as much. Like, it is a cool character. It's a cool run.
Yeah,
And this is different. Obviously, they haven't come out with exactly this specific mold, so at
exactly.
least it's a little different. But it is kind of just out there. It is 1,000 piece though, so obviously that's going to generate some buzz. Just the
That is
fact that it
true.
has some kind of low number to it and
Which people care.
rarity. Which obviously, yeah, exactly. It'll be like the big one, especially if you're getting the real sticker and all that kind of stuff. So it probably will be something that'll most likely be popular and will probably sell out. The next one is one that I'm just not a big fan of. They already did this. Was it San Diego Comic Con the first time
Yeah,
they announced it? So this is the 15 years pop anniversary thing as well. And it's that clamshell old school style look to it. Obviously, it just has the new stickers and stuff on them. But we're getting another Batman. This is just like a different version, obviously with the blue and gray, that older looking Batman. And then we're gonna get because that's like a specific comic style, obviously, and then Batgirl, which is also in that same kind of comic style. We're getting a Joker, which this one we've seen this mold so many different times. So the three of those are all also limited 2010 pieces. Um, you know, obviously the year 2010 when it started. So that's kind of the whole going off the piece count, which I don't hate that. We kind of mentioned that before, I think, with something anniversary
yep.
wise, like it should have been piece to that. So, like, it's cool, it has significance to that. But again, I don't love these. There are some people that are very excited for these. They kind of do really show you like more of that traditional throwback toy collector. Like, and when I think of this, I always think of like old Star Wars figures, like
Yep.
that come in those like blister packs, and like they have the little hooks so you can hang them up if you wanted to, or put them wherever. So it like has that look to it. But and I'm a Batman fan, but I'm not like I have to have these. So it is what it is. There's a lot of chatter out there though. People seem pretty excited for them. I don't know how did the first ones like sell out? No,
I think so
yeah,
because they were
they were
show
limited as
only.
well. Oh, show
Yeah,
only. Okay, yeah.
yeah, they're show only, and some people, yeah, they're going ham over these. I'm not a fan. I mean, my biggest thing with them is they were actually called Funko Force when they were in this package. They weren't even called Pops. No one's
Mm,
talking about that when they went crazy over the last ones. Not that that matters, but it's just it's not actually it wasn't called a Funko Pop. Like they should have maybe they can't. I don't see why they wouldn't owned the the licensing of that name. It should have
mm.
said Funko Force on it, in my opinion, not Pop. But I don't know. What's your take on that?
I mean, it is interesting, especially when it's the anniversary of like the
Yeah,
pop and whatever. So it kind of is strange, but I mean, I guess it ties into the whole thing. It's the anniversary of the pop. Everyone knows the word pop and Funko Pop, so they're going to clearly kind of run with that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That one is these ones are show only as well,
yeah.
like the San Diego ones were. So I'm most likely will probably be something that'll be pretty hyped up, I'm sure, at the actual show. So we'll see.
And then DC Con continues with blueprints. So
Hmm.
we're getting a Batgirl and a Joker. Um Another thing, it's kind of this is lame. So the three out of the three products we've talked about, through like three of them that we just talked about, they're the exact same molds. Joker and Batgirl, like this for the blueprint. They're in the clamshell, and then they're also in the pop mystery. I mean, if that
Yeah.
doesn't, I don't know, like that's crazy to me. I don't like
Yeah.
these.
Yeah. It's I mean, this again, this is also an extension to the ones that already came out, which was it Batman and Robin? Was
Yes,
it too?
they're
That were
like
in San
they're
Diego.
legitimately making San Diego stuff is now rolling over to New York Comic
Yeah.
Con.
They're just like extending the line and a different character. But yeah, 100%. These, even if they weren't completely different molds, it's not really my thing. Like, okay, it's different, whatever. But they're like I think I said this last time too. They look like game pieces, like for Sorry or for like a board game or something.
Yeah,
Like they just scream like that. Like I don't know. This is definitely more like a toy than a collectible in my opinion. I don't know. It just looks odd. But I agree with you that based off of everything we've been saying with all the other ones, is that what's crazy is that they literally are all the same. That's kind of what sucks. So if they had a blueprint one and they had the clamshell ones and they had the mystery ones, but they were completely different in any way, maybe it'd be, but I guess they're just trying to really go off of the whole like OG stance, like the old pop thing. But like, why do it so many different versions? Like, that's just what is a bit
it's
much.
insane. This is the theme for this con. That once we get towards the end of this list, this exact practice really pissed me off.
Hmm.
But like this is just Funko's just doing way too much of this, and it's I don't know. Once again, there's probably tons of people, and I know we'll probably get comments like, "These are awesome." I'm happy. Like we're not trying. Like we say this all the time. We're just giving our honest opinion. We still love Funko. These just we like to see a little more creativity out of them. And this, like, I feel like they think they're being like, creative, but it's just not, or it's just not working anymore. Maybe this would have worked in the like total hype of the pandemic Funko, but
Hmm.
now I feel like we should be learning a little bit. Um, but yeah, once again, another DC pop. We're getting the Kingdom Come Superman. I mean, this pop's cool. This is a sick storyline in the DC universe. The one thing I'm a stickler for detail. Like they're showing the image for the new Superman in the image that Funko put, where this is not from that movie, but the logo from Kingdom Come was kind of the inspiration for the new
Hmm.
Superman movie that James Gunn made. Just kind of shows they don't know what they're doing. But I'm sure whoever made this image is like, oh, this is the new Superman.
Hmm.
But yeah, like they've made pops like this before where it kind of looks a little bit comic-y art style. I mean, this I'm not gonna sit here and say like this is like a bad pop. If you're a Superman fan, I think this one isn't terrible. I also just have this theory, which is funny because I wanted to talk about this in the podcast and then we just never did. And then it's weird that Gasolcast brought it up, even though they didn't necessarily agree. I think that there was rumors there was supposed to be a Superman NFT drop. We got a bunch of Superman, very different random ones that just randomly came out that screamed NFT. I feel like this one would have been part of that set as well.
Hmm.
And they're just kind of dropping it in as a con exclusive because like why not, which also makes me feel like, oh, maybe that's why they didn't put the Brainiac in this image, or maybe I'm really thinking too much into it, but this could have been like a last minute addition to the New York Comic Con slate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, if it's a Comic Con and if it's a cool mold, like you were saying, it is just is funny that they're like branding the licensing of it to the movie, which is clearly not
yeah.
what it is. That's a little bit of a like, wow, Funko, like you're clearly not really paying attention. But it is what it is. But we'll move on to some Marvel. So we do have Marvel pops, a good amount of different characters. The just regular Marvel, we have Bedlam, we have Havoc, Then we also have Null and Nimrod, some X-Men characters as well. So obviously those four, very, you know, nothing crazy. I don't know much about these. All different characters, which I guess is pretty cool because you're not really seeing many of these. So like I can't hate on it for that. But I don't know too much about these specific ones, so it's kind of just like a pass for me. But I'm sure if you're a hardcore Marvel comic, especially like X-Men, you might like these a lot.
Yeah, I think these are cool if you're a hardcore comics fan or you're a Marvel collector. The Null one's pretty cool. Um, but once again, they're sticking really. It's just what they did with DC. These are kind of like more comic
Hmm.
based pops, not like the movies. Which I don't feel like these actually sell as much,
Yeah.
even though once again we're at a Comic Con. Sometimes I don't know if they actually know their audience per se, because I feel like the main Funko audience is more of like the entertainment pop culture of
Hmm.
it all, not necessarily the comics. But I mean, they're not terrible though. Excuse me. um Then next, I mean, this pop is terrible to me. We're
Oh yeah.
I, I, yeah, we're getting a diamond edition of a Loath Cat, which I mean, I don't know why we're getting this pop. It's really disappointing. This is the only Star Wars pop too. I I I just don't really see the point of this. Like Loath Cat was a creature introduced in Rebels. It's a Dave Filoni created. I mean, I am a Dave Filoni stan. Love Rebels. It's in Ahsoka. Yada yada yada. I don't know. This is just wow. When I saw this, especially this is the
I mean,
only Star Wars
the
one.
diamond too is what's really like. At least make it flocked.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is a huge pass. Like, I think this will be the first New York Comic Con ever I don't get the Star Wars offering since they've
Mm.
been like doing this.
But it is odd that there's only one, and it's just kind
Yeah,
of like you said, it is kind of random. A lot of people are kind of like upset about that too. It seems like that it's only one. You're not really getting many other ones, and this is the only one. I mean, it's whatever. Maybe super hardcore people will still want to go after it.
yeah,
Then we have this Pingu, which I think did one come
yes,
out for San Diego Comic Con because we
it
spoke about
did.
it. I know. Okay,
Yes,
so they came out with one. Obviously, now we're getting another one. This is like a really old, like stop motion, like show. I guess is what the last time we looked for. Very random. It's kind of funny. I've seen people putting up like gifs of this, and obviously like the scene, and it has like the towel on its head or whatever. Clearly, if you know who this is or his character show, whatever movie, whatever it might be, you probably recognize this, and it's probably like cool. I have no idea like what this is like, and I'm not gonna hate on it because of that, because there's probably a very specific crowd that's like, wow, we're getting this as a pop or another one as a pop because we already got the first one. But I have no idea anything about this.
yeah. I'm agreeing with you. No idea, at all. No, it's interesting that they're making another one so quickly. So maybe it is a big thing, but I mean, it looks cool. One thing though, I do want to go back on with the Loath Cat because I wasn't sure and I just looked it up. Also, this is the first Loath Cat standalone Funko Pop they've ever made. So it's weird that they went with like a pink diamond edition first, which means we're probably just going to get the normal color looking Loath Cat later, which then just goes like, why? I don't know. Not, I know we've already moved on, but I did because I was just thinking, I'm like, you know what? I don't even think there is a Loath Cat Funko Pop. So what a way to introduce it. But
Love it.
this next one I'm very not happy about because it was my most anticipated Funko Pop for New York Comic Con. I made a reel about it. Been waiting, like, what's the Veefriends one going to be this year? What's the Veefriends going to be this year? And we're getting Jolly Jacko again. There's been a lot of talk about this, even within the Veefriends community. They kind of gave their PRS type answer. It was like, Veefriends is still, very relatively unknown, maybe with this community. and they want brand recognition with Jolly Jackal being like the mascot for Halloween and New York Comic Con for V-Friends. And like they gave a pretty nice little answer, but like I, you know, I still don't love it. I think it's wild that there's 251 characters in the V-Friends universe and we're getting the same one again, then doubling down on it
Hmm.
too. And then what's interesting about this one though, because I know a lot of people complained about this last year in the V-Friends community because they know what was going on. But like, so one of these you can only get at the V-Friends booth, and then the other one you can only get. So the 1,000 piece you can only get at the Funko booth, which is the silver one. And then
Hmm.
like the gold one, which is 3,000 piece, you can only get at the V-Friends booth. I like that they're, but here's what I'll say what I do like about this. I like that they're still making them limited because it's just not an open edition. I'm not gonna lie, like I still do want these for my collection, but I'm not like not as thrilled about them as I thought I would have been. And now it's just kind of like if they already haven't made more V-Friends Funko Pops, like I don't know what is gonna convince Funko slash V-Friends in that partnership to like continuously making other characters. Like, because you know this will sell out anyway, just because it's like a low piece count. And I don't even really think like I know some people are like, oh, it's helping the V-Friends brand. Like, it really isn't. I thought it was, but like last year, people just bought it because it was limited and it looks cool. Like
Hmm.
especially around this time of year. Like Jolly Jekyll is one of the coolest V-Friends characters. But like, yeah, huge. This is like my biggest besides Rocky Moto and Thrilljoy not really coming to New York Comic Con. This is like my biggest letdown that I was super excited for. Like the one thing I was like, I can't wait to pick this up. And
Yeah.
I'll stop there. I'm very
No,
passionate
so
about it.
yeah, this is it's definitely an interesting like decision for them to do. And what's funny is like as I started like as you were talking, I just started thinking about like back when last year and when the Jolly Jackal came out and kind of how it came out and how it was interesting that like even Funko being as big of a company as it was, like how people at V Friends really had no idea how Funko worked
Worked.
and how the like how you couldn't just walk up and grab it. You had to get tickets and like it like they had no idea. They just knew they had a character pop that was one of their characters was coming out. And it was hard to get and luckily you were able to get it after the fact, but you didn't even get to get it when you really wanted it originally because
No.
it was so sought after. And the thing about it is, like you said, like yeah, there's a 1,000 piece one, there's a 3,000 piece one. This community, not even just Funko, like the V Friends specific community, is so hardcore on their characters and getting everything. It doesn't matter if it's the same thing or not; they're gonna want to get it.
Yeah.
We just happen to be like a mixture of the two communities and more originally from the Funko side of things. So we see it more like when it's a duplicate or same thing of a character, whatever, it's not as exciting. Whereas in the V Friends world, like there's people that have like
Whatever.
100 of the
Yeah.
same character, same cards and things like that, right?
Yes.
So like it's like whatever. So I was just thinking how back when around when the first one came out, maybe it was when it was announced or maybe right after, whatever it was, some streams would go on. And I remember them talking about how, this partnership with Funko happened and it was cool and whatever, and kind of hinted towards that Funko wanted to do
Wanted
this,
this.
right?
Yep.
If I'm mistaken.
Yep.
And they wanted
100%.
multiple versions. They wanted like whatever. And like they kind of didn't really want that. And we were like totally like, no, 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 that should not
I
happen. Like,
messaged the president, no
yeah.
joke, about this. Like it's almost a year ago.
Hmm.
I could read the message on here, but I'm like, it's just kind of like, do not do this of all things. Like I am a V Friends community member, but I am hardcore Funko. I have a podcast. Yada yada. It goes on. The Funko community is not gonna like this. Like it cheapens like to me this cheapens the original one too. They're acting like
Yeah.
it's so limited. Like yeah. But
Yeah. I mean, and this is the thing too, like I get the like it's different, they're different colors, like you can have them all. That's fine. Like you have a set
yes.
now, they are limited. They are different. Obviously it's the same mold, but they are different enough, different colors and whatever, right? They're obviously hard to get because there's different piece counts on them. One's going to be specifically at one booth, one's at the other booth. So like that whole aspect is still okay because it makes it like hard to get, rare, and more special, right? But I think what like you mentioned and the bigger issue is that like this specific community and this and Friends in general has so many characters. Like it's not like they're just making like the
A
Power
mascot.
Rangers, which has like 5 Power Rangers or 6 or whatever, and they're making 1 or 2, or Ninja Turtles, and they're doing the same one over and over again. Like there's 250 plus. Like, there's so many, and it's not. And this isn't even really the mascot. If we were to be
No.
honest, the mascot would be the Black Cat, and that also still fits a Halloween slash thing. So there's plenty of characters that would fit the New York Comic Con, which obviously this one does. Clearly, it was great when they first
Yeah.
came out with it, but there's other ones that could have been made. They would have been even more exciting, and it just would open up the door that like I would see this, and he says it all the time. He wants to be the next Pokemon. I would see this in the Pokemon world that we see now with Funko, where they keep coming out with different Pokemon pops.
100%.
Yeah, they're duplicating some here and there, but they're coming out with more characters. There's so many characters. Why aren't they doing more characters? And seeing this kind of makes, and it only both times coming out in New York Comic Con, very limiting to when they drop these, makes you kind of feel like they're not going to do that. Like
Yeah.
we're not going to get other characters, and it's only going to be during New York Comic Con. And even if this like this is the quote unquote mascot for New York Comic Con or Friends, it's going to eventually just get very watered down, and it's not going to be as exciting. But yeah, I remember like this being announced and us talking about it and being like, oh, wonder what they're going to do. Like plenty of characters that we had in mind that they could have went with, even specifically like Halloween, quote unquote, Octoberish, like
Totally.
versions. Like that's
I
what's
mean, there have
kind of
been in for. I mean, I know you know this, but for some of our listeners who don't know, like they've been pumping out some pretty cool limited edition comic books. And at New York Comic Con, they're releasing 3 new ones. They're awesome. They're mystery blind bag. There's different variants you can get, and we're getting the motivated monster and the notorious ninja and the versatile Viking. I mean, the motivated monster, or even the ninja, like are perfect for New York Comic Con. Like last year, we had the debut of Topps Chrome, and they gave out that free promo card of the Notorious Ninja. And, you know, Gary has mentioned the reason he picked that character was because he thought it fit like the most broad range of an average person who went to New York Comic Con would like.
Mhm.
That still fits Halloween, but the Motivated Monster 100% fits Halloween. It could have been super cool going to their booth. It's like, okay, I'm going to get the comic of the monster. I'm going to get the Funko Pop of the monster. Maybe they'll come out with a pin. I'm going to get the pin. Like, I don't know. I like that it could have been like this nice, neat little thing. Like, and I remember in 2025 New York Comic Con, like, Veefriends merch was like the Motivated Monster. And now it's just like, I don't know. I think that's a huge missed opportunity. I personally think Funko talked them out of it. I'm sure this was cheaper, obviously, for both parties. But yeah,
Yeah.
only time will tell. I'm sure it's still going to be a success, so they'll look at it
Yeah,
that
no,
way and call it a day.
it definitely is going to. These things will definitely be sought after. They will sell out, and they will resell for very high numbers. We're gonna let you guys know ahead of time.
Yeah,
That for sure will happen, and they're only gonna be there and at the booth and 2 separate booths. So you're not even gonna be able to get them online. So we'll be there. So I guess we'll see. Hopefully, if we're able to grab one, it would be cool. But we'll move on to the next one. So we have a Masters of the Universe pop. This is Orko. I know really not much about Masters of the Universe. This is obviously a world that people are very hardcore fans of. So there are people that are pretty excited for this one. I don't know if it just happens to be the character and the way he looks because it doesn't say it in the description, but it looks like it's the facet style.
no, it
Like
is. It's not the
it
way it
is,
looks.
right?
Yeah,
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 they just didn't say that in their description,
yeah.
which is interesting that Funko wouldn't have called it that because obviously that's what it is. But that part of it is weird. These like you would think look cool when you see them in these pictures, but then in real life they don't
They look
look as
nothing like
good.
that.
So it is strange, but obviously it's a character I think that people are excited for. But not my jam.
Yeah, you know, I'm happy you bring that up because, like, I mean, I feel like this is like an ongoing conversation within the community. Some people like this stuff, some people don't. I lean towards like not really caring. I believe you're on the same boat with me. Like, you said this perfectly. This is just like the Fast Pop because it's the exact same mold. I can go buy right now on Amazon.com in the normal common pop. So like that's the only thing that's making it special. And I don't know, like maybe I'm a minority in this, but I'm just like over that. Like I don't. Maybe it's just because my collection has become so huge. I
Hmm.
really have been down to like I'm not buying at really that many anymore at all. Weirdly, my most favorite thing to do is the NFTs and how that's done. So like it's just interesting that uh, yeah, they just keep this is a New York Comic Con of a lot of doing this.
Hmm.
Um the next one we're getting, I feel like it's going to be a sought after pop. I feel like they've now been doing like 2 packs or 3 packs, like a special one every con. This one we're getting of the Powerpuff Girls. Um, I mean, I know the basics of this show, but this looks like this may have been from oh, it's their alter egos. I don't know much about them, but it's of the main. It's Powerpuff Girls as Liberty Bell, as Harmony Bunny, and as Mange. I don't. Are you familiar with Powerpuff Girls? I don't want to shit on
No,
this one.
no, no.
This I feel like if you were a Powerpuff Girls fan, this one's pretty cool. I
Yeah, I
feel like
mean the
this is going to be one of the
multi-packs
more
have always
popular
kind of been,
ones.
yeah,
Yeah,
popular. So I'm sure this would be. And I mean, the one of them glows in the dark, which is pretty interesting. And the 3 pack, I always found that kind of strange when only one in the multi-pack
does.
does, but
Yeah, but
it's a
this
little
one
odd.
looks. I think it looks cool.
Yeah. No, they look cool. Nothing crazy, not like what we collect, but they're obviously something that people are very excited for because even in the comments and stuff. I did want to just point this out real quick just because while we were running through um everything, I've been like looking through and seeing comments and stuff like that. But on every I believe on every so far at least on every post, Funko has put obviously like, what is it that they're coming out, try to say like a funny little line or whatever. And then they comment on each of their posts with another like little like question or a little like thing trying to be like funny and cute. Like their social media is trying to like I don't know if you noticed that. So like on this one they
They are being
commented
more.
bestie
I have.
costumes for NYCC, me and who.
Yeah,
And it's kind of like, oh
I have noticed that.
yeah, they've been doing it
One thing
around
that's
the
crazy though, I remember you were doing this looking at this for San Diego Comic Con when we had our episode going over everything. I mean, this one has 21
thousand.
yeah, 0.1K, but it's crazy. The one that has the most, I think, is that
Still that
new.
weird one, right? The
Yeah,
poop,
32.7K.
the Pingu.
Like it's
Which was, I think, last
wild.
time too. That was one of the
Yeah,
highest.
it's crazy.
And
Um,
comments too. Well, the
I
most
just found
comments
that
is probably
interesting.
Powerpuff Girls has a lot, but yeah. But yeah, we'll keep it moving. Got more to run through. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the next one we're getting is Endo O2 from Friday Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, I think it's a really popular series. People are still into this. They collect. I'm not. I think this is like a new mold, a pop that's never been made, but let us know in the comments. I'm not 100% sure because there's so many. But this one kind of fits also the theme of the con in general, Halloween time. Once again, not something me and Migs collect, but this one does look cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's similar to the next one, which is a Ben 10 character, Ghost Freak. I never watched Ben 10. It wasn't really anything I really got into, but I know it has like a pretty pretty hardcore fandom,
Following.
and the people that follow this go crazy for it because the last time we've had some stuff come out, everyone was going nuts about those, and it looks like the same thing's happening in the comments for these two. It's just kind of interesting. A lot of these pops so far, like, are just not stuff that are really our fandom or things that we're excited for, but like overwhelmingly are getting a lot of love from other people, a lot of the same people actually. And it seems like it's just kind of hitting their like favorites and stuff. So I mean, I guess they're doing what they're supposed to do with getting
Yeah, I
good
mean,
ones.
maybe
But
this
yeah,
con, maybe this lineup in general is better than we actually think it
yeah,
is.
and just not for us at all.
Yeah, I mean, and then okay, this next one, we're getting another Sonic pop. I mean, Sonic's awesome. I love Sonic. They just make way too many Sonic pops. And this is Sonic with Caliburn. It's basically Sonic holding a sword. I mean, it looks
Mhm.
pretty rad. It's cool, but once again,
Yeah, it's cool
like,
mold. It's different.
yeah, it
It's
is.
not a typical
It's cool.
one. We do have a lot of Sonic stuff though, but yeah, it is different. And then even the next one, Karomi. This one is from the like My Melody, Hello Kitty like style. Well, My Melody is in the second character actually. Sorry, so there's two of them. There's Karomi and My Melody, which is obviously like the Hello Kitty like side characters and stuff. However, what's interesting is these are kind of like Halloween style, so very specific to that time. So the Karomi is like in like a witch's cauldron with like a little hat on and a little witch's hat. And then the My Melody is like dressed up as like a cat, it looks like, with like trick or treating, like a little basket. So they're cute little ones, especially being very specific to like Halloween and trick or treating and that kind of stuff. So this is interesting. I did want to bring this up, so I'm glad this one actually kind of ties to it. But we didn't say this in the beginning, but obviously, like the overall theme of Funko this year for the New York Comic Con is curiosities and oddities. That's like what they're calling it, with like little spiders and spider webs and stuff. And that's kind of like the theme lately. Obviously, it's around during close to Halloween time, so that tends to always be the main kind of like theme that they do. However, it's interesting that they make a theme and the pops don't usually follow the theme. So I just kind of, especially when they're not going to do like an event or anything that ties to the theme, which is kind of what it used to be like. It almost seems like having a theme just doesn't really make sense unless everything kind of fits it. That's just the way I feel. It doesn't mean you can't make pops that don't fit the theme, but like this is the only one so far that honestly like really fits the theme, right?
You're not wrong because you know something that I didn't even realize until you just started talking about this? There's not a Freddy Pop. There's not a Franny Pop this year. There's
I didn't even think about
nothing
that. Like
Funko.
mascot type or anything.
Whoa. Oh, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Wild.
things are just getting crazier. And we didn't even I
Totally
didn't even think
wild.
about that at all.
Wow. Um, okay, next we're on to One Piece. We're getting it's just funny because I do collect One Piece. Was trying to get a bunch of them. I've really, really slowed down. These are cool, even
There's
though
a
I actually
lot.
don't. I just won't be picking them up. We're getting Brook in the Sharks merge, which it's cool. I feel like the big pirate ship pop rides really took the cake when it came to the pop rides for One Piece. Like they're now making like basically anything they can make into a ride, and like
Mhm.
once again, they always they always ruin a good thing. And I really think they've done that with One Piece. Not that it isn't awesome to keep seeing more and more pops. Because then we're also getting Rob Lucci, which I think is also I don't think there's not a
That's a
pop of
pop plus.
oh yeah, Pop Plus. Which normally would have just been a normal pop a few years ago. Um, but this one looks cool. Like I'm not gonna.
Mhm.
The One Piece ones always hit. Like I always love them. They always look super cool. As do all animes. This just is the only anime that I collect.
Yeah.
Um, but once again, like 2 years ago, you go to New York Comic Con, like the One Piece ones were selling out in like probably the first session. They're just making so many of them now, like they don't sell out anymore, which is just
Yeah.
it makes it not as it makes it not as cool anymore. Like the One Piece stuff used to be hype even just a year ago on Funko.com. Now they're just making so many because it was hype.
Yep.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know, it sucks because they are cool. And I mean, uh, if you're a collector of it and you're able to kind of like get them all, it's great because you have so many different. I mean, there's so many characters already that they have to kind of try to run through. Um, Obviously, the Brook character is a really cool character. It's a popular character. Everyone loved it anyway. So like now you're getting them in Shark. Like it's cool looking. The other one super detailed as well, like you were saying. So it is now getting into like the Dragon Ball Z world where it was like there's just so many and like
Yeah.
at this point, like if you just start collecting these, it's going to be very hard to get them all. But yeah, I agree. So we're kind of running into some more like anime stuff, I guess, through this little batch. The next one is Yu-Gi-Oh! This is Dark Paladin from Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know much about Yu-Gi-Oh, so I don't know specifically this character. But it does seem like it's something that people do like. It's cool looking. Um, Nothing crazy, but yeah, no, getting Yu-Gi-Oh pop.
Agreed. Yeah, looks cool, but Yu-Gi-Oh is just not our thing. Next, we're getting Naruto pops, which is always a big one. People seem to be really liking these. We're getting a pop moment of Itachi. This looks pretty sick.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
those ones that they have like that with like the stuff around them and stuff are always pretty
yeah, they're
crazy.
really cool.
It's a
And
moment.
then we're getting Sakura Uranu. Sorry if I butcher that name. Pop. Once again, I don't know if this is a character that they've made before, if it's completely new. I feel like it's probably not, but let us
Hmm.
know in the comments. Um, Once again, if you're an anime fan, especially if you collect Naruto, like I'm assuming these are musts. So they're cool.
Yeah, people, a lot of like if we go back to the likes and stuff like that, got a
Yeah,
lot of
this got
likes.
a lot.
A lot of people are excited for both of those. They will be at the website, so it's shouldn't be too hard for everyone to get those if you want them. Um, but usually they do pretty well anyways. So, and then there's another thing that keeps coming out: Pokemon. So we're getting more Pokemon. So like I was saying, Pokemon's doing different characters, unlike what they did with the Veefriends, unfortunately. But this seems like it's probably one of those. This is a jumbo pop again, Raikou. It's like one of those like legendary style ones, which they've been doing a lot of. Looks pretty cool. Looks like the character. I've seen like a picture of the actual character. The jumbo size ones are huge, but they don't. Well, I'm not gonna lie, they do sell like here, like on the Comic Con stuff. But then
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of times you'll see them in stores and stuff too, and they're kind of just sitting around. Like Target still has a lot of
yeah, it's so
the
weird.
oversized Pokemon pops. So I don't know if it's like something we really needed, but it does, and we said this before, it does make sense that they make a character like this that is a massive actual character in size as a 10-inch pop. So that is smart. And I like that they did that rather than when they make like Pikachu as a 10-inch pop, for
100%.
instance.
I mean, I'm totally a fan of this. I think it's cool. I like that we're getting, as you said, Pokemon's one of those lines that is the gift that keeps on giving, but in like a good way. I feel like they have finally found their stride in Pokemon. We're basically only getting new stuff. Yes, they do like to throw in like a different, like Pokemon Center exclusive, and it's a Pearl edition, but like at least we're still getting new Pokemon. So Pokemon as a line normally kills it at the con, and I do think this one is pretty cool. This next stuff,
Yo, we're
you
getting a
know,
Freddy, bro.
I,
This
I, I
one.
s- I- yeah, this doesn't count. Which I knew we were getting this when I made that comment because that's what really made me think about it. So we're getting a Freddy, Franny, Proto, and we're getting what is his name? Bubble Ghost,
Oh, yeah.
Bitty Pops, which these are the pop, like
The NFT
Halloween
line.
line. This is part of the NFT line, which the Bubble Ghost doesn't have its own pop. Yeah, I don't know. Migs is gonna be just like I told you so. Like I used to like the Bitty Pops. Like
Terrible.
I'm just I don't like them anymore. Well, let me tell you that. It's not that I don't like them anymore. I just don't like the way they are presenting them. I also think like the Biddy City was such a cool idea, but not executed correctly and too late. Like we talked about this in one of our episodes before, but not to repeat it, but for new listeners, like if when they launched Biddy Pop, they should have launched Biddy City with it. I don't think at this point this line is working, and
Uh-huh.
like this keeps being like they're making Funkovilles. San Diego Comic Con had them. Now New York Comic Con's getting them. I'm just like looking at these, like they're just so similar, and I don't know. Once again, unless like the only person I've ever watched a video of before who has it the way I feel like it should look is Top Hops. And obviously Tristan gets everything and has everything. And of course, is gonna look awesome in his video. But like, I feel like if you want, this needs to be like those some of the viral videos you could see on Instagram or TikTok where people just have these huge models of something in their entire basement that just never moves. Like that's what it also takes a special type of person to do that. Where I don't know, it's just like I feel like they should have. I'm going to go on a tangent right now, but I know people like those. This should have been more like a Lego, like Funko's version of Lego in a way where like they don't do anything. We've joked about this before. Like it's not like these are Hot Wheels. You legitimately put the cars on. They're for like like I'm gonna call us old men, but they're for more people like us. Like I thought my son would have loved these, but like he would be like he'd break them in a second. Like, they're actually not for children. Um, yeah, I don't know. This
Yeah,
line just is done.
I think it's terrible. I mean, I honestly, I'm just gonna go on even another tangent, but completely different. Like, I think the whole like theming and like idea of this quote unquote Funkoville thing is so dumb. I think it's like Mayor Freddy, like it's just stuff that just is so lame, and it's funny because it's like the way they're doing it, and the little car, the little fire truck, and like it's like literally tailored towards like a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old, which
Exactly.
is like hilarious. But then it's like, is it really for them? Because it's so tiny that they probably shouldn't be playing with this because they could even choke on it. So like, it's just, it's a weird. Everyone knows, everyone that listens to us, or if you just started listening to us, well, first of all, welcome. But I am not a fan of Biddy Pops at all. Like even just a regular Biddy Pops, let alone when they started doing all this extra stuff, the cities and rides and this and that, and I don't know, it's just like 100 billion different things that they just continue to make that I don't think are, they just sit on shelves. I see them on shelves all the time. So to me, this is just kind of lame. I don't know, but they're going to keep doing it because they're out there. Some people get them, some people are excited about it. Whatever, it is what it is. I just don't think it's something that's they need to be doing
Well,
at
the
this
other thing
point.
that's crazy is like in a company of Funko size, like engagement on social matters and like you can get data from it. I mean, this only has 1,500
Yeah,
likes.
it's not. Yeah, and
Like,
then yeah, but and then
yeah.
even this next thing, just as many likes. It's very low. It has more comments, which I'm sure we'll run through maybe even, and there's probably some people saying some interesting stuff. I'm sure some people are like still saying they love it, but there's another thing, and this is what they now are a new SKU and a new product, which we didn't need more stuff, but we're getting more stuff. And this is called Pop Flare. And I'm going to be straight up and tell you, what the hell is this? And why do we need it? I know there's people out there saying, like, oh, this is cool. This is great. I think this is ridiculous. And they're like advertising it to like, oh, the people that like to have their pops in the box, like, here, you can put this little flare. And basically, for those of you guys listening, like head over to YouTube, you'll be able to watch because we'll put up a picture of it, but I'll try to describe it to you. This is like a box that has four different ones that they're giving you. We're getting like a little melted like crown. We're getting one with buildings that say "Pow," which obviously is like a superheroes kind of one. We're getting one with like a lightning bolt, and then we're getting the little pigeon, the New York Comic Con pigeon, sitting on like a end of like a stoop kind of a thing, on the end of like a rooftop or something. It's a little corner piece that essentially sits on the corner of the box of your pop to add flair. For what? I have no idea. This does nothing. Like there is no actual reason why this is a thing. Honestly, oh my god, this is getting me so frustrated because there's certain things that they do, and I don't even know if Funko does this because did they take it over finally? But I know other companies did this. But the one thing that people did that made kind of sense was, remember the colored and different designed pop protectors.
Yeah, Funko's coming out with them finally.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's what I thought. I thought that they were
Yeah,
finally like, wow, we should do this.
yeah,
That was fine. That makes sense. You got a horror pop, you put a bloody pop
yes.
protector. It looks really cool. You got the slime one, whatever. If you want to glow in the dark one, you want like they had different versions. That to me could be pop flare and would be cool. Would make sense. You display your pop. It's gonna be in a protector, but you want it to show off with a nice like pizzazz to it. Let's say, right? This seems so dumb. Like I don't know. I just have no idea what the point of this is. This is
I
when you're
love
just like trying too hard.
agreed. I loved your rant because I mean we normally do agree on everything, but we you know taper off sometimes. You can I couldn't have said it better. Like this is just there's no point of this. It's dumb. It like why would I put this on one of my Funko Pops? Like it's not even. I'm also like it wouldn't look good. It's not the theme. Like the only one this would maybe even look good on is a freaking you know Adam West Batman
Yeah,
one
the
because
POW one.
yeah, like that's like I'm not gonna put this on an MCU pop. I'm not gonna put it on like a One Piece pop. Like it's like not only that, they didn't even. The only pop this would have looked maybe good on it is if they actually made a special one for this con that it went with. We're not even getting. That's another thing. We're not
No,
even
not
getting
even.
the New York Comic Con Reed pop like mascots this year. I know we
Yeah.
joked that
Well,
they're
here
overdone.
we're getting the pigeon there. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
That's
their
it. That's
version.
where you're getting them. It's like,
Someone said, and this is probably what it's for, is that you can use it to hide your box damage that you have on the corner of the box.
oh my god, that's
Oh
amazing.
man.
Yeah,
It's
I also. Oh my god, it's also just so weird. Like
someone just
someone
asked, is there
joked.
gonna be a protector for these?
Yeah, like, do I take them out of the box though? It's just like, also, why are you even putting this much effort into this box with a limited edition sticker when you want people to like? Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
This is just.
Why is there a limited how are these limited? You're gonna oh my god. This is so
I just
bad.
yeah,
It
this is
gets
so bad.
worse the more you really start thinking about it.
I love though
Oh
too. Like I
man.
would obviously would never call anyone's names out, but it's just so funny to go through the comments how you like even mentioned earlier on, like, oh, some people are in here, like they're just like pretending to like it. Like I see some creators in here, I'm like, oh my god, we all know, dude. We already know you're fake, but like, come on, you're really fake when you say this is like,
There's no way people well
yeah, no,
and like
no.
is this gonna be a thing that we're just gonna get 100 different like
Clearly, this is a new
it's like they're
line
kind
being
of do
made.
the freaking croc things and they want to be like part of that world, I guess.
Well, dude, I'm sorry, and obviously I know you're not. I love Crocs. Like, how have they not done that? Like, how have they not made freaking gibbets for Crocs? But they're making this flare. I mean, I'm just so happy you said that. Like, oh my god, even Veefriends has made a collaboration with Crocs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, how has Funko not done that? Oh my god, you can buy a million fake ones from China on Amazon, but Funko's never made official Croc charms, but we're making flair for the Funko Pops. Oh
So the
my god.
corner of
Like
the Funko Pop.
oh my god. I mean, I, I I'm just so happy you just brought that up
It's
because like
so
talk about a dumb business decision and a smart one.
it's just it's so odd too because it's like they only the way they are designed, it seems like they're only gonna fit in like the right top corner. So they're gonna cover the number on the box. Like it just the more I keep thinking about this, like, the more I'm like, what really is the point of this? This is so ridiculous. There's no way these things are gonna sell. Some people will get these because they just have to, or they'll make a video and whatever, and that will
Agreed.
clearly sell.
Yeah.
But there's no way these are like a
No.
mass loved thing. I have no idea. But since this is like the last thing of the con, I did want to mention something, and I just started thinking about it because we can kind of give our overall, like, what do we think of the con overall, whatever. In the very beginning, we kind of said it. It's very small. Wasn't anything we initially like really liked. The more we got into these, clearly there's some that people do like. It still isn't anything I think like I'm looking right now. There is probably dead serious only one, I guess you can call it two, pops that I even think I'm even going to try to get. And it's just the V friend ones. I do not care about any of the other ones. I just don't. Again, doesn't mean they're bad because some of these, personally, obviously. Oh, there was also like a Hello Kitty with a bag, which didn't come up, but I see that on the other picture. But yeah, it's like a pop and bag combo. Um, there's obviously some that people love, and they're more of your fandom and whatever. But one line that does not exist, and at least you got one Star Wars. There's not a single horror pop on a Comic-Con that's during the fall and themed to be Halloween and whatever. That is ridiculous.
Yeah. You're totally right. I mean,
I, yeah, I don't know. We went a whole hour talking about NYCC. I didn't even think we would go that ham,
me
but
either.
we obviously went in depth on everything. But like, I'll leave you with that in this topic because that is crazy. I just started thinking as I'm going through it, I'm like, there's not one. I'm like, how? What? Like the only like quote unquote Halloween theme one was a freaking two Hello Kitty type ones. Like,
Yeah, I'm really happy you brought that up too. It's like, why are they even pretending they're gonna have this theme there? It's obviously just what the booth's gonna look like, and
yeah,
that's
the
it.
booth exactly.
But
It's just
like,
weird with no event, so it's not even gonna matter.
no event, no box, probably. Like, not like, yeah. Whew. Oh no,
Yeah,
you got the pop, you got the POP biddies. That's your horror.
yeah, the
They're ghost
ghost.
hunters.
Ooh, bro, that is so lame.
Yeah,
So lame. But yeah, I want to keep that list, the Funko list, to another episode because maybe when
agreed.
we start getting like pictures and things like
We
that, we
went a
can talk about
little,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. It was. I didn't think we would go so ham on just the New York Comic Con stuff. I do want to run through the Thrilljoy ones though. We
Why
can just
not?
kind of run through them quickly.
Those some of
We
these
don't have to
should
go
be on the
as intense into
in the
these, but
Funko booth.
just to kind of talk about them. But yeah, it kind of sucks that they won't be obviously having the booth. We went all over that, whatever. But um, this, on the other hand, is whetting my horror palette there. So obviously they know what they're doing when it comes to this. They love a lot of the horror characters. We're getting a lot of the Conjuring universe. So we kind of mentioned this, I believe, at one point, but I'll say it again just because, the Crooked Man is one of the big ones that's going to be coming out. The Bathsheba one, they obviously both have pretty awesome chases. And then there is one more, right? Yeah, the Nun. So the Nun one, which is also in that world. The three of those are like obviously Conjuring, hardcore, horror, and whatever. Um, but then let's see what else we have. We also have Wednesday, which is a new one. The Wednesday one's pretty cool. I like that
Wednesday one's cool.
chase, her like dancing, and then the
Yes.
super chase. It's like a metallic one. So that's also pretty cool as well. What else we got? You can
Yeah, we got
put
we're
some other ones.
one thing too. They're continuously building out series. So like we're getting Batman from the Adam West series,
Yep,
where like just to run
classic
through this one.
TV.
Cool. This is what I love about Thrilljoy. Batgirl's the common, but then the super chase is the Penguin, and then like the normal chase is Robin. All
Yeah,
three
three
completely different
completely different.
moles.
Yep.
They're super sick, and like you know what. I try to control myself when I do Thrilljoy. Like I may still only get one, maybe two, but like
Mhm.
this is why they're gonna like do a little better in this collecting environment trend right now, because people are gonna be buying multiple of these one SKU because they want to try to get all these different ones. I mean, it's the same with the wacky racers. Like we're
Yeah,
getting
that's cool.
like it's just they're all super cool. Um, but then they go back and forth. Like we're also getting a Harry Potter, and it's of Hagrid, but then it's just that one just has a normal chase. Like I also love how like every different, you know, product like some just has a chance of getting a normal and a chase, like
Mhm.
what we loved with the sodas. But then we're getting all these, you have three different options. Some of them are just a little more special in the difference of a mold. But then like I said with the Batman, we're getting three different ones. Like Thrilljoy is doing it right now when it comes to, I feel like, what collectors want. Um, I mean, I'll run
Yeah.
through one more, but then I want
Especially
you to talk
this
about a little more.
product, like this
This
actual fixed
product,
product is perfect. And they, like you said, I like that they mix it up. It's not all the same. It's not that they all have the same type of chase, but some have super chases, some have ultra chases. Like they literally mix it up.
Yeah, another we're getting another Turtles now. We're getting
Hmm.
Raphael, and we're getting like a all green version of Raphael as a super chase, but then we're getting Baxter Stockman as the chase. Like I love how they've gone with like the villain and then like a hero, um, within the Turtles one so far.
Hmm.
They're just super cool. And then for Killer Clowns, we're getting Spiky, and then we're getting Shorty as the chase. But then there's also a super chase of like an all pink variant of Spiky.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if you want to run through any more of them. Like
Yeah.
they're
There's
just they're
also
cool.
like Battlestar Galactica, the Cillian Centurion, and Kara Thras, a completely different, again, different character as the Chase, Gollum as well, with two different versions. We have a Chase, the Dun Harrow King, and then we have the Twilight Ringwraith. So it's like that's a super chase. And it's obviously looks really cool. The details on all of these are all really great. There's even a SpongeBob, which is again SpongeBob. Guess what's the chase is? Patrick. Great. But there's also a super chase, and it's a skeleton SpongeBob. Like obviously, pretty cool character from certain scene and show. So like they really are doing a really good job with this picks line. I like where it's going. I like what they've been dropping so far. Everything has been fun and exciting. They have like a lot of rumored stuff to continue to see keep coming out, but it's definitely great in the sense of like, okay, this is fun. This is what we want as collectors. This is exciting when we get these. The whole tearing aspect is great, and they're hitting a lot of different fandoms. They're not just sticking to one, and they're doing ones that you don't even think about, and they're doing big ones that you're like, okay, great. I'm glad that they at least did this because that's one of my favorites, or etc. So they're definitely killing it when it comes to that. But there's also two Pixels lines
Yes.
that they also announced, which I'm trying to pull up the actual was Wednesday one of them?
It's Wednesday and
Yes.
Terrifier.
Wednesday. Yeah, Terrify was the other one. I knew that. So yeah, so we got a Wednesday one, which super cool. That's a great line already, and obviously it's very popular, so that's going to be a fun one to tear open. And then the Terrify one, which we did get a while back that they're going to come out with the Art the Clown, and now we're getting him and other characters and stuff in this version of like the Pixels. So yeah, it's been pretty sick. It's awesome. I'm really loving what they have so far coming out, and it's just exciting to see like what they're doing with this line. It does kind of suck because it seems like the megapix is maybe a thing of the past, and maybe we'll just get
Yeah.
them in those like if you pull the gold type thing, then you can get a megapix. But right now, it's really just a pixel in the pix. But yeah, the Wednesday one is cool too because one of the ones is Thing, which is so
Yes.
awesome with the hand. So like it just like looks cool. But like yeah, the Terrifier one, it's actually looks like it's a mixture of the movies, like the whole
Which is
series.
cool.
Yeah, which is also good because we have kind of like one from the first one, then we have like the newest, like the Christmas style, like one, which is a newer one, second one as well. So like, yeah, it's definitely a
Excuse
mixture
me.
of characters, which I like. But yeah, those are cool. Those are definitely cool.
And then they're also coming out with another jersey, which that seems to be
Oh
like
yeah,
their
yeah,
now
okay.
go-to thing. A Halloween one, which has a sick patch on it. It says every day is Halloween, and it's got blue, like half skeleton, and then the other side is normal face. And we're getting a hat, and like these are in orange and black.
Yeah. Yeah, and none of these, I believe, they're not like New York Comic Con drops because are they or
I
no?
mean, they're not because
Like
like
they
it's
don't have
funny.
the sticker and things like that because obviously they don't have the booth. So
Correct.
I think the Scarecrow one does have a
Yes,
sticker.
it was the
It's,
UCC.
oh, it's a UCC. Okay. So UCC obviously is going to be selling it. So if you guys didn't know, obviously they're not going to have their booth, but they will have it. And maybe another booth or something might have it. But unfortunately, they won't really have theirs, which we've kind of already talked about how that kind of stinks for this year. But it is what it is. Um, I don't know if there's anything else. I think that's
Yeah,
about it. We
that's the main
definitely went
stuff.
in on the Funko stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it turned into a better conversation I think we anticipated because
it just
what are
opened
they
up so
doing?
much more things I wasn't thinking about, and it just got crazier as we went along because it's just frustrating sometimes. But we're
It's just
passionate and
so
we love
yeah,
these things. So
and you never I don't wanna keep making excuses for them, but, like and I don't wanna wait a whole year and see where Funko is, but, like, maybe the new CEO will finally make some changes because this is obviously none of this is his product. I think it's funny, I look back, like, Cynthia was just, like, really not the person for Funko.
at
Made
all
some pretty questionable decisions now when you look back at it.
crazy. Yeah, it was hell of a year for them. We'll see what happens next time. But we'll
Yeah.
leave it there, guys. You
Yes.
guys already know if you did make it this far and you haven't already liked this video, subscribe to the channel so you can get more content. We'll continue putting out episodes like this. Once we get that, if we start seeing more of these like new Funko Pops and that list is pretty big and we're able to go through it, we'll probably run through that in an episode. Um, your Comic Con is obviously coming up soon.
Yeah,
We
very
will
soon.
be there. So very excited to see if any of you guys are there. Say what's up if you see us, of course. So it's coming up. So
Yeah.
we'll leave it at that. Charlie will let you guys
Yeah.
know all the socials and all the good stuff, and we'll keep it going.
As always, you can find us at Collector Chatter and at Collector_Makes and at Collector_Charlie. If you're listening on the podcast platforms, please make sure you give us a review, follow us on there. And if you're listening on Spotify, as always, you can interact with the question of the episode. But obviously, come on over to the YouTube channel. We're there if you haven't already. If you could subscribe, we really appreciate it. Hit that like button and obviously drop comments. We answer all of our comments. Really want to know what you guys are thinking, what you thought of this episode, anything you're excited for. Let us know if you're going to New York Comic Con. And then obviously hit that notification bell so you know when new episodes are coming out or other videos are dropped. Because as always, we always like to sprinkle in new things here or there.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, we really appreciate it. As always, collecting is the way. Until the next episode, later.
Peace out, guys.